Good evening and welcome to this Monday edition of FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Sydney Welch.
And I'm student meteorologist Brantley Kite.
And we are here to talk about our weather. So how was it outside for you today?
You know, it was pretty warm out there. It wasn't as humid as it's been. It's feeling a little bit drier every day we get farther into the fall season. So
yeah, it almost feeling pretty good.
Nice.
It's like a nice warm. You go outside and you're not sweating, but you're like, the sun is out today. So.
Yeah. So the sun's still out, still feels warm, but at least we're not drenched in sweat walking to and from classes. But,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to more warm weather for the next couple of days, and then a cold front could come through. But
yeah, and it's supposed to bring some rain on Thursday, so if you can get outside and go to the res or do some outdoor activities before Thursday, I would definitely recommend doing that.
And then as looking ahead at our calendar, we have a long weekend this weekend, and then we're really looking ahead towards the following weekend when we have our homecoming football game here at FSU.
Yeah, homecoming week is November 12th to November 18th, so don't forget to save the date for that week and what's going on with those activities.
That's right. Our homecoming football game is Saturday, November 18th at noon against Delaware State. But before that, we also have a parade on Friday, the War Chant concert on Wednesday, and then powwow for comedy on Friday.
And very importantly, classes are canceled after 1 p.m. on Friday.
Oh yeah.
So everyone definitely mark that on your calendar.
Yeah. So we got 2 Fridays in a row. We have a whole day off on this coming Friday for Veterans Day, and then we get about half a day off on Friday. So people are definitely going to be taking advantage of that, especially if they have classes in the afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. But as for right now, we're going to take it out to Tyler for a look at our overview.
Good evening, Tallahassee. We had a nice clear day outside today. Not a lot of clouds or anything like that. A bit warmer later in the day, but didn't start that way. At 9 p.m. last night, we were actually sitting at 66 degrees, and from there we steadily decreased until we hit our low today of 56 degrees at 5 a.m. From there the temperature rose up, until we finally hit 83 degrees at 3 p.m. today, and that was our high for the day. Currently in Tallahassee, conditions are pretty nice. We're sitting at 74 degrees, cooler than it was earlier. Our dew point is a low 64, so it doesn't feel too hot or humid outside right now. It's humidity of 71%, and the wind coming from the south-southwest at 3 miles per hour. Today's high temps throughout the region, Tallahassee actually about average for the region, 83 degrees, a little bit higher up here in Bainbridge at 86, and a bit lower here in Apalachicola, where they have that breeze coming off from the Gulf, but nothing too terrible in today's high temps. And looking ahead at our weather headlines, high pressure remains dominant, which explains those clear skies we've been seeing, but on Thursday, the cold front is going to come through and break that pattern, which leads to some lingering rain chances throughout the weekend. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and send it back to the desk with Jennifer and Brantley. Take it away, guys.
Thank you, Tyler, and this is actually his first day, for his first night on FSU Weather, so welcome. You did an absolute wonderful job with the overview. And right now we're going to take a look at fog and driving in the fog, because
yeah, that's right. The last couple of days we have seen some fog, especially early in the morning when people are making their morning commute. So it has been a hazard for people that are driving to school, to work, or wherever else they may be going. So it's especially in times of like the fall and spring when we get fog in this area.
Yeah, and especially tomorrow morning we actually have a dense fog advisory going out because there's conditions are favorable for fog in the morning. So when you are driving the fog, make sure you slow down, take caution when you're driving around town, and definitely put on your low beam headlights, because those help with seeing in the fog. That's
right. It is the law in Florida. You have to have your headlights on if there's fog outside, and the low beam lights really do actually help out with the fog. And again, like she said, we have a dense fog advisory in the morning, so that means that visibilities could be reduced to under a quarter of a mile, which will make it very hard to see out there.
Yes, and if you are driving around with your in the fog, make sure you do not put your hazards on, because that's actually illegal in the state of Florida to have hazards on.
A lot of people don't know that. You're not allowed to have your hazard lights on, even though some people think it may be helpful. It really does cause a problem, especially for emergency personnel. But now we're going to take it out to the wall, look at our local weather. And we also had a look at our weather sim earlier today. We can see some fog right there, actually, across the IM fields at the Rexplex. And then it clears up as the day moves on and things get a little bit warmer. The fog clears. The skies are blue under high pressure. So we do have a few cirrus clouds moving throughout the day. We're going to see similar conditions like that again tomorrow in that area. Today we got to a high of 85 degrees, which you can see is well above the average of this time of year of 76. Our low temperature, though, is a little bit closer to our average. 54 is expected for tonight, and our average is at 50, so it's getting a little bit closer to our average low. Our current temperatures have cooled off, though, from those highs today. At 74 right now in Tallahassee. We're still hanging on to the heat, though, in Mariana at 78 degrees. A little bit cooler along the coast, 72 in Carabel, 73 in Apalachicola. And we also look at our dew points here to see how damp it feels outside. At 64 degrees in Tallahassee right now, it's not the most comfortable, but it's also not really too bad. It's a little bit better than what we've been seeing. So it's feeling a little bit drier, but it's still not uncomfortable range, and especially there along the coast, 69 for Carabel and Apalachicola, where they're getting those sea breezes to help bring more moisture into the land there. Our radar, though, over the last several hours looking very clear. Again, we're under high pressure, so we don't anticipate any storms over the next day or so. Tonight, we expect more clear skies, calm winds. We're not going to have very much of winds going on. That's going to help things really cool off. Our low tonight, 60 degrees. And again, we do expect AM fog to form tomorrow morning. That's why we have that dense fog advisory in effect. And tomorrow's forecast, 84 degrees, high pressure will be remaining dominant across much of the area, so we are going to be seeing more clear skies, just like we have here on this picture behind us, with just a few cirrus clouds and very warm temperatures, again, above our seasonal average. So Tuesday, again, 84, similar again on Wednesday, with lows just in the low 60s. Thursday, dropping down just a little bit to 83. We get a little bit more cloud cover. And then on Friday, we're going to see rain chances ramp back up because we have a cold front coming through. Our high on Friday is 78, and that's because we will have more clouds moving through, preventing some of that heating from reaching the surface. And that 40% chance of rain is also associated with that cold front. So after that rain pushes through, lows are going to drop to about 54 degrees on Friday and then set things up for a really cool and dry weekend. Saturday, 75 degrees with a low of 56 under sunny skies yet again. Now we're going to take it over to Jennifer with a look around the southeast.
Yes, as we take a look at the southeast, current temperatures right now all across 81 degrees in Orlando, 74 degrees here in Tallahassee. We're starting to cool things off as the sun starts to set, and 74 in Montgomery, but we do see temperatures with this cold front that's off around Arkansas going up along the east. 56 degrees there in Little Rock, so we definitely see those temperatures cooling with that cool front up in that area. And as we take a look at the 24-hour temperature change, you can see where this cold front is right now. About a 20-degree temperature change in Little Rock, so they're 20 degrees cooler than what they were this time yesterday. Whereas places like Savannah has seen an increase in temperatures about 4 degrees in that area, so we can see where this cold front is with these dew points as well. A lot lower dew points up and near Oklahoma and Kansas with those dark brown colors, but right around Little Rock you can see dew points are starting to increase, which means that there's a lot more moisture in that area. About 56 is the dew point in Little Rock, 64 is the dew point here in Tallahassee, so we definitely see a little bit more moisture in our area. Taking a look at the satellite radar, a lot of storms developing with that cold front that's pushing off towards the south, towards the east, but mainly our area, we're sticking with that high pressure system that's over the southeast, and it's keeping us a little bit drier than some areas up in where that cold front is. Taking a look at the water vapor, you can see some increase in moisture along our area. We don't have these orange colors indicating dry air. We definitely are seeing a little bit more moisture in our upper level water vapor, which means that there's some storms developing where that cold front is. Taking a look at our current winds for the southeast, about 3 miles per hour from the southwest here in Tallahassee, and about 6 miles per hour coming from the northeast in Orlando. So we see a very range in winds in our area. Taking a look at your futurecast for temperatures, expect temperatures going in through tonight to decrease. We're going to see a low tomorrow morning of about 59 degrees here in Tallahassee, about 65 in Tampa, so we're certainly going to see temperatures decrease throughout the night. But as we go on through tomorrow and into tomorrow afternoon, we'll see temperatures increasing. 77 degrees is your forecasted high for tomorrow around 3 p.m. 76 degrees for Tampa, about 80 degrees for Fort Myers, so we definitely will see temperatures increasing. And as we go on through Wednesday, about 7 a.m. forecasted low, 66 degrees for Tallahassee, about 63 for Tampa, and 61 for Fort Myers. So we'll definitely see temperatures starting to decrease as we go on through the next, starting to stay the same throughout the next couple of days. But as we go on through Wednesday and into Friday, we'll see that cold front start to come through, and we'll see temperatures dip. Tomorrow's forecast, expect some cloud cover here in Tallahassee, 86 degrees, but we'll definitely see that cold front pushing on towards the southeast. Places like Tupelo and Montgomery will see rain chances. Most areas in the southeast, like Orlando and Tampa, probably won't be seeing those rain chances anytime soon. And as we take a look with that, I'm actually going to take it back to the desk with Tyler, and we're going to talk about some weather history for here in Tallahassee.
Yeah, we actually have some really interesting weather history facts. Did you know, Jennifer, that in 1951, snow fell all the way from the Texas Panhandle to the lower Great Lakes, leaving a record total of 12.5 inches of snow at St. Louis, Missouri?
So this was in 1951 for much of the area. They saw a lot of snow cover.
Mhm.
Yeah, and also in 1987, high winds to the northeastern United States due to a warm spell due to a warm spell that they saw in that memory. It gusted about 63 miles per hour in Rhode Island. We definitely saw that those high winds last week as they saw a cold front move through the area. I know places like Mashpee, Massachusetts saw winds around 93 miles per hour. So that's very similar conditions with the cold front that came through in 1987 during that time.
Yeah, seriously, I thought the winds we were getting last week coming off the Gulf and stuff were pretty high, but that's crazy. Then in 1988, a powerful low-pressure system over the Great Lakes region continued to produce snow across parts of the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes region. Snowfall totals along the shore of Lake Superior reached 24 inches, with 3 feet of snow reported in the Porcupine Mountain area of Upper Michigan. That's incredible. We don't get snow like that ever.
No, we don't get snow like that ever. No, no, no. And 1989, an unseasonably warm weather prevailed in the south central and southeastern United States. And actually 9 cities from Florida to Oklahoma reported record highs for this day with readings in the upper 80s. So I think the record high for this day in Tallahassee was, I think, 88 degrees for today. So yeah, they saw a warm spell during that time.
Yeah, it makes 83 today not feel so bad. But for now, we're actually going to go back to Cindy, who's going to have our local weather today.
Thanks, guys. So we did see a high today at 83 degrees, which is actually closer to our record than it is to our average, and a low at 54. So we were slightly above average, but we can all be thankful we didn't see that 26 degrees that was seen in 1940. So current temperatures around the region, notice that these temperatures have dropped from that high at 83 down into the mid 70s. Some places as low as 70 degrees, such as Monticello, and down on the coast we notice Apalachicola and Carabel at 73 and 71, and Valdosta has our cool spot over to the east at 69 degrees. So looking at these dew points, the dew points are getting pretty close to the temperature, and this is why we're going to notice some fog into the early morning, and that is why that dense fog advisory is being put out for our morning. So Tallahassee seeing 64 degrees, and during the day that calls for some nice comfortable dew points, but as the temperature dips down it can tend to cause fog. Now look at this radar, clear radar, beautiful day, no clouds to be seen or any moisture, so rain really isn't in the picture as we move into our night. Because also we do notice that we are dominated by a high pressure system right now, so we see some winds coming in and a counterclockwise motion, so that is swooping up some of the moisture from the Gulf and bringing it into our area, but it really isn't calling for too much humidity. It is bringing some comfortable, not dry conditions to our area. Now, as we back up, we do notice that this cold front across Tennessee and Kentucky and West Virginia is going to be making its way towards the southeast and is going to be coming completely overhead Thursday, and that is why those rain chances are increasing Thursday, and those conditions behind the front are going to call for cooler conditions and more dry conditions, so we can look forward to that. As for tonight, we are still going to be dominated by that high pressure system with clear and calm night, so we are going to not be seeing any clouds in the sky and a 60-degree temperature. Now, some morning fog is in the forecast, so if you are going to be out there driving, I would recommend the low beam headlights and to take it slow on those roads. Now into tomorrow, 84 degrees, and that high pressure does remain dominant with calm winds, so no wind to really cool off that temperature. Now look at this 5-day forecast. Notice that Thursday is the day that the front goes overhead, and the clouds do reduce into Friday and Saturday with just a mix of sun and clouds. Now, Brantley, take it away with the national.
All right, definitely looking forward to those cooler temperatures in the local area, but right now we are seeing pretty warm temperatures across the entire South, stretching all the way from California through Texas over to the Gulf Coast. We have temperatures ranging anywhere from the upper 70s to the mid 80s like we have in San Antonio, under partly to mostly cloudy skies for the central parts of America here, though, where they have that cold front moving through. We can see the division of temperatures right here, where these red and orange colors represent more warm temperatures, and the blues are the colder temperatures. We have a lot of snow that's already fallen in places like Denver. They have winter storm advisories up right now, and places like Montana and Michigan have already seen a lot of snow, and that's what's helping keep those temperatures below freezing for the next couple of days. And as far as the southeast goes, we do have high pressure dominating the region right now. That's providing the clear skies and warm temperatures that are much above average for this time of the year, but we do see the cold front that will be sweeping through over the next day or so, along with a line of rain. This cold front does turn into a stationary front right over Texas, though, and then it turns back into a cold front going through New Mexico and into Colorado. And in Colorado right now, they do have some snow that's forming, especially in higher elevations, but places like Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Michigan have already seen a lot of snow from this system, and that's going to help keep their temperatures pretty cool. But we don't expect any severe thunderstorms along with this cold front like we do sometimes when we have these stronger systems move through. The temperatures, though, will still be changing just the same as they would. We have temperatures already 15 degrees less than this time yesterday in Memphis, 18 degrees less than this time yesterday in Dallas. But on the flip side of the cold front, things are already warming back up. 11 degrees higher in Seattle, 3 degrees higher than yesterday in San Francisco. So things will be rebounding pretty quickly. But right behind the cold front, there is much drier air to follow. We have pretty damp conditions along the Gulf Coast right now, with dew points in the upper 60s, maybe even low 70s if you get a little bit too close to the coast there, making things feel pretty uncomfortable. And things get a lot more comfortable after the cold front passes. We have dew points dropping into the 20s and 30s, but it might be a little uncomfortable on the other side of the scale for places like Montana that would have dew points down into the single digits sometimes over the next couple of days. Our water vapor, though, isn't telling much of a story. We do have some moisture from that cold front, but it's not really, the water vapor behind it isn't really affecting places in the lower levels. We do have some gale watches and warnings on the other side of the west coast there because of an offshore system. We also have gale warnings on the east coast because of a tropical depression out in the Atlantic that's not really affecting anybody. And then we also have some winter storm advisories for places like Colorado and Kansas. Now, as we move into tonight's forecast, 68 degrees for New Orleans, 60 degrees for Tallahassee, a little bit cooler there. We will see temperatures dipping down into the teens for Montana at 10 in Billings and 49 in San Francisco. Tomorrow, things will be warming back up again for the southern parts of the U.S., but still staying cool there for the northern tier. Now we're going to take things back over to the desk with Tyler and Sydney.
Thank you so much, Brantley. So we do have some more weather to fill you in on nationally throughout the rest of this month. So a shift in weather pattern will bring an end to the warmer than average temperatures in the Midwest, East, South, and this is all going to happen early next week.
Yeah, and if that wasn't bad enough for them, they're going to have a reinforcing cold blast that's going to slide across parts of the Midwest and Northeast late in the week and into the weekend. That's also going to help bring down those temperatures.
Yeah, and these temperatures for places in the Midwest and in the Northeast could be they could have their first freeze coming up within the next week. So, wow, November freezes. We don't see that here.
Seriously, we're in the 80s still, and they're freezing.
Yeah, it seems like a whole nother world. But as for right now, I am actually going to take it out to a look around Florida. Orlando is the only place seeing those very sunny conditions. The rest of Florida is seeing some clouds along Jacksonville and Tallahassee, but it's a mix into the night. 72 degrees in Jacksonville and 74 in Tallahassee as we speak. So look at this radar. We only see some sea breeze showers just north of Miami. The rest of the peninsula completely dry. So we're noticing that dry pattern. And when you go into the upper levels, you notice a light tint of green, but it's not anything overwhelming, and there is no overwhelming orange. So we are just in that neutral phase right now. As we look into the 24-hour temperature change, Orlando going up 4 degrees as Tallahassee goes down 4 degrees in the past 24 hours. And Fort Myers over here going up 2 degrees from what they were 24 hours ago. So places aren't really seeing much of a change from yesterday, but there is a slight change going on there. Now, looking at the winds, we do see Tallahassee getting that kick from the Gulf as their winds are coming from the southwest and moving towards the northeast, along with Pensacola as well. Pensacola's winds are a little bit higher than Tallahassee's. And as we move down the peninsula, you do notice West Palm at 7 miles an hour, and this is really where you're seeing those sea breeze showers just north of Miami. So they have that wind coming in from the northeast, as Fort Myers has their wind coming in from the northwest. So they are converging in the peninsula, causing a little bit of rain there. Now into tonight's forecast, places are seeing pretty moderate 60-degree temperatures. Pensacola seeing the warmest for the North Florida region at 67 degrees, Tallahassee 60 degrees, and as we take it down the peninsula, Orlando seeing 68, so they're not getting as cool as we are up in North Florida. As for Tampa, 69, and Fort Myers, 68 degrees. So into tomorrow, notice all of this sunshine that Florida is going to be seeing tomorrow really is living up to the name of the Sunshine State, with 80s down the entire peninsula. So I am going to be taking it over to a look at the desk with Jennifer. Jennifer, what is going on over here at the desk?
We're actually going to talk about some Tallahassee fun facts in this
Yay,
segment.
Fun facts! Everyone loves fun facts.
Yep, so we have a whole list of fun facts about Tallahassee, and all about Tallahassee. And actually the first one that I'm going to talk about is the fact that it was believed that the first Christmas celebrated in the United States was actually in the DeSoto encampment here in Tallahassee.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow, that is actually super cool, because Christmas is a big part of a lot of people's lives here, so knowing that Tallahassee was the first place for Christmas, that's crazy.
Yeah, Christmas here in Tallahassee is probably one of the best times.
Yeah,
Everyone has lights,
I agree.
everyone has everything. It's actually really, really pretty.
You never really see a white Christmas, but it still is an exciting time of the year, and the holidays are just an awesome time of the year in general. So another fun fact is Tallahassee has the honor of being the only capital city in the South that is positioned east of Mississippi that was never taken by Union forces during the Civil War.
Wow.
So, wow, there you go.
That is a good fact. And then let's go to another fact. Another fact about Tallahassee is that in 1988, Money Magazine actually named Tallahassee one of the top 3 cities in the Southeast to live in.
Wow.
Money Magazine rated Tallahassee top 3.
I don't know, maybe college towns to live in. Actually, I've never really been outside the college town, so I bet it is an awesome city to be residing in, whether you're in the college area or not. But another fun fact is Tallahassee residents celebrated a white Christmas in 1989, so that does go back on what I said that we don't celebrate white Christmases, because they saw one in 1989.
I actually saw pictures of that. People were writing Tallahassee on their cars because they had snow covered on their cars and they wanted to celebrate it.
That is awesome. But as for right now, we are going to take it out with a look. Oh, Jennifer,
yes.
You're taking it out.
I'm going to take it out to the wall right now. I'm going to take it out to the wall right now, and I'm going to give you a look at the local weather for Tallahassee in the southeast right now. We're taking a look at current conditions here in Tallahassee, 74 degrees. We also have partly cloudy skies, so we're keeping it a little bit heated up, but as the sun goes down, we're seeing temperatures starting to decrease, and that humidity is starting to increase a little bit, 71%, so it's starting to feel a little bit more humidity as we're going in through the overnight hours, and going into tomorrow, you could see a lot more fog in the morning hours. Current conditions across the tri-state area, 70 degrees with clear skies in Gainesville, and 74 degrees here in Tallahassee with clear skies, and also 74 with clear skies in Montgomery. So we're keeping ranges around the mid to upper 70s right now. As we take a look at your 24-hour temperature change, not much of a change along northern Florida. We certainly saw an increase by 3 degrees in Macon, and also Gainesville kind of went down by 2 degrees since this time yesterday, so not much of a temperature change, but we could see it throughout the rest of the week. As we take a look at your radar, not much going on along the radar, as we have a high pressure system here in Tallahassee, so we're keeping things pretty clear all across the Big Bend region. Taking a look at your humidity, We're starting to see the humidity starting to increase as we go into the overnight hours. 71% here in Tallahassee. As we get along the coast, 92% in Carabel as I have a sea breeze pushing on shore, so they feel a lot more humidity, a lot more moisture in the air along the coast. And as we take a look at tonight's forecast, expect temperatures to be a reasonable 60 degrees when you wake up in the morning, but expect those fogs. So when you're heading out tomorrow to go to work, make sure you keep keep your lights on, and also stay cautious when you're driving around the road because fog can tend to be dangerous during the morning. Taking a look at your high temperature for the afternoon, 84 degrees. We're going to keep the high pressure in the area, so we'll keep it with clear skies. We'll keep maybe some serious clouds throughout the afternoon, but also the winds are going to be calm, so we'll definitely heat up throughout the afternoon. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, we'll keep the temperature warm for Tuesday and Wednesday at 84 degrees. Low temperature for Wednesday is 63 degrees. But as we get into Thursday, we'll increase the precipitation amount for Thursday. We'll see a rain chance about 40%, but our high is actually going to be a little bit lower than what we've seen for the next 2 days. 75 degrees is your high for Thursday, with that low around 54 degrees. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you're going to have a pretty nice weekend going ahead. You're going to see 74 degrees for Saturday, and Sunday is your high for those 2 days, so it's certainly going to feel very nice out with those lows keeping around the 50 range. But as we get into Monday, we could see about a 30% chance of rain with that. And I'm going to take it back to the desk with Brantley and Sydney for closing.
All right, Jennifer, thank you so much. That 7-day is looking pretty nice out there. We have those warm temperatures coming up, and then we have a lot cooler, a little bit more like what we're used to seeing this time of the year.
That front really is going to bust through that high pressure and bring some cooler and drier conditions than what we're used to seeing. So, well, when I say what we're used to seeing, what we've been seeing.
Yeah, what we've been seeing. What we're used to seeing is our average, which we haven't seen in quite a while. So it'll be nice to have temperatures around then again. Yeah. So we'll have some rain on Thursday to look forward to. But other than that, it's looking pretty dry out there. It's looking nice and sunny.
Look at this 7-day. So we are going to be above average than their Thursday is to knock us down to 75, which is basically right on target of where we want to be. And some rain might come in Thursday during the PM hours, so I would watch that if you're going to be outside or have any activities to do on Thursday.
Yeah, if you have afternoon activities on Thursday, definitely keep a backup plan in mind for what you want to do inside if that doesn't work out. And also, as we move into the weekend, make sure you have your a nice jacket for in the morning, so it'll be a little chilly out there.
Yeah, definitely. And follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, facebook.com/FSU weather. We also are on YouTube. If you aren't watching us on YouTube now, definitely check it out, youtube.com/FSU weather. And Instagram, we love pictures, so send us pictures of dogs.
That's right. We have been posting pictures a lot recently on Instagram and Twitter, so if you have any pictures, please feel free to send them to us, tag us in them.
We love sunset pictures and pictures of your pets, so definitely tag us. And
all you have to do is tag us at FSU Weather. We'll either share it on our pages or we'll show it on here if we can, if we get your permission for that.
Yeah, definitely.
So we love seeing those pictures from everyone else.
Yeah, and we love showing everyone the beauty of a perfect sunrise or
maybe just a nice day at Landis.
Yeah.
You know, if you're out, playing with with the dogs on Landis. We love seeing the pictures of the puppies out there.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know who doesn't love a good picture of a puppy, honestly. But as for right now, I'm student meteorologist Sydney Welch.
And I'm student meteorologist Brantley Kite.
Have a good night.